That's very true. And I think I'm curious also, what would you say connects the most, sort of branching off of this part of the conversation? What are some of the parallels between being an architect and being a marketer?
Well, to be a marketer, I would say structure. I would say design and structure. As much as an architecture has a language and has like has its own patterns and its own language, maybe it's not an English like verbal language, but it certainly is a language of light and dark, and or vast or cold. I mean, there's all these different like immediate things. Like some giant slab of concrete is going to evoke a different emotion than say a warm wooden cottage, right, with a fireplace going. It's like
Right.
immediately you're like getting a whole different feeling.
That's so interesting. Hmm. Well, thank you for sharing. And I guess more specifically, we'll get into artist branding. I personally think of artist branding of communicating who you are as an artist so your audience falls in love with you and your product, and really the experience of all of that and what all those little details are that contribute to the big picture. What would you define it as?
I think everything that we're saying so far is kind of like fits in the same realm of how do you identify or how do you have clarity around an identity? And some of those things might be like, what are the principles? What do they stand for? Right? Like, what do they really stand for? What are they going to tolerate? What are they not going to tolerate? And what is their personality that they'd like to convey? Is it that they're exploring? Is it that that they're a master? Is it that they're just like so far on a different plane that they're kind of conveying information like a messenger or something? But and these are maybe different archetypes that I'm describing. But it immediately falls into having clarity around the identity of the artist